concentrating.
Oh yeah,
on that.
I saw
Rose.
Joanna and Rose. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, I just wanted to ask your opinion because I didn't have that 49-46
No,
Rose. I thought that I was happy Rose won it. I was like maybe 48-47. I think 49-46 I thought was a little offside. What did you think?
Well, she definitely won the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, she's. I love her too.
Rose.
You think she
Rose.
definitely won the fight?
A lot of people had.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Chuck.
definitely think she won the fight. I just don't like the other one. I mean, I think they're friends anyway, but when she gets in her face with the fingers and the whole thing,
Chuck,
that gets me a little crazy.
Are you giving your decision with your heart or your head right now?
No,
I know. In other words, you're saying you don't like the other one because
no, that's not
nothing to do with
her.
anything.
She's a great fighter, but I thought Rose beat her decisively the first time, of course, and I thought she won this one.
Yeah. Jimmy,
it was close.
What are your thoughts,
It was
Jimmy?
closer.
No, it was close.
I know that the figure I heard right after the fight was that it was like 120 to 85 significant strikes or significant strikes in favor of Joanna. I heard Rose had more headshots. Here's why. At first I was like, it looked like Joanna might have won that fight, but then when you looked at the damage she took, I think Rose hit her harder and did more damaging strikes. I was okay with her getting that.
Well, that's the other thing. Like she did
49-46.
land more strikes, Joanna, but a lot of them were leg kicks, and she could have landed a ton of those in one round. And I thought that Rose won 1, 2, and 5.
Her legs were very red from being kicked. You could see it was, but it didn't seem like it was slowing Rose down. Her leg kicks did, like you see those guys that get a calf kick and they fall. Like those are damaging leg kicks. Like Barboza will get. It didn't seem like it was doing that. It just seemed like it was like a light. I'm sure it hurts, but it didn't seem to stop or hurt Rose at all.
No.
I mean, I'm gonna say I ended up watching, and again we had Al going next fight. You know what I mean? But I was sitting watching that and when I was warming up a little bit, and I'm gonna say I remember being like, "Yo, man, this might be this 5th round might decide it,"
Yeah.
And that was pretty close. And then she got that takedown, so you're like, oh.
At the very end of the round, yeah.
But she was working her way back up. You know what I mean? So it's like, if it would have went to Joanna, I would have been like, I was fine with that too. It was very close. Let's be honest, very close.
You could definitely see that Rose did the heavier damage because you're on his face. I mean, she was all busted up.
Yeah.
She really looked beat up.
Rose, she took
because she came right over me because her family was sitting right behind me. They were in the second row. I was in the first row. Joanna's family. So she came right up to me. I saw her as closer than I am to you, Jim.
Yeah.
And she was busted up.
Yeah.
It was a close one. It was a good fight.
She proves she can take a beating too, Joanna. I mean, she's tough.
Yeah.
She's definitely tough, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what it is? I mean, Rose she's got that. It's like, I said it before. It's like when fucking, what's his name from the Matrix? Who's Neo? When he sees the Matrix, he starts seeing it.
Yeah.
Rose is seeing it now. She's like, if you look at the fighter, when she got off the Ultimate Fighter, she was talented. And she killed everybody in the house and this and that, and then she lost in the finale.
Who'd she lose to in the finale? Do you remember?
Not Tisha Torres.
No, Carla Esparza.
I'm sorry. They're not. They don't. They're both short. Like, and I just seen her with her. Wait, she lost to who? She lost to
Carla Esparza.
That's right.
Yeah. And then Joanna came in and shocked everybody and beat up Carla in that first fight. Yeah.
But she's improved so much. Like she believes in like everything. Her stand up, and I feel like she's really she never looked better. She's looking phenomenal.
I want to ask you a question too. It's a Raging Al question. I forgot to ask you. I saw Cormier was sitting right in front of me, so I was annoyed that they if Al would have won. I was happy Dana was going to give him like the belt or whatever. They couldn't have done it in New York. I was really annoyed. I'm like, did the Athletic Commission fuck Al by not letting him weigh in again with 2/10 of a pound and he had his shorts on? But Cormier said no. He said by that point he probably started rehydrating, and if he weighed in again, he would have been a lot heavier. So was that the case by the time you guys found out?
I'm gonna say that's probably the case.
Okay.
Because I remember Al was eating spaghetti when we got to fucking when he was when we were talking about the thing. So I'm like, I don't think he's gonna get back on that scale. But
so the Athletic Commission didn't screw him. Okay.
He did weigh in with his. He was one. No, what's sick about it is he was 155.
Right.
He weighed in on the scale, and they took a picture of the underwear on the scale, and it was exactly 0.2. Right. So he was 0.2, so he would have been the weight.
They should always.
But he didn't know. Who the fuck knows?
You never know, but you never know. From now on, that's a lesson to be learned.
No,
always.
Fuck that. That's not a lesson.
No.
You got to fuel up after that.
But
not that. I'm saying weigh in naked. Weigh in naked. That's the lesson. Well, always, if you can make the weight by taking your shorts off, do it because you never know who's going to drop out.
That's what I was going to say. If you're on the card and the championship fight on that card is your weight class, if it's not going to kill you, try to make the championship weight in New York.
Just in case, because
but not that Al would know.
This
Guys,
is
some guys he could have been 156. He's allowed a pound.
Yes.
Over.
Right.
And I understand what you're saying.
But he easily could have been 155.
when he
too,
was 155
but,
too, and you don't know this coming, but like fuck it, do the weight. See if you can get by taking the shorts off. Do the 155 because Felder had been ranked. He would have got that fight. I'm happy Al got.
Well,
that.
the bottom line is if Al had won, he'd beat a champ.
He would. They wouldn't have belted him in New York though, right?
No,
who knows? That's all.
I don't know. I heard they wouldn't because he was 0.2 over.
It seemed like Dana, because the commission put a statement out and they were like, we're not going to recognize him as the champion, but
Dana
they
still
can
would've.
do whatever they want.
Okay,
with the belt,
okay.
you know, so
Absolutely.
I think he probably would have given
The
him
athletic commission just
Of course,
wouldn't
you
have
had
recognized
to.
him.
Yeah.
How could you not?
And by the way, that asshole from Showtime. By the way,
yeah.
I shouldn't say that because I may want to do a special for Showtime. that man who I don't know how I feel about him. He's probably a good man with a good heart.
What Dana was talking about?
Yeah, the guy.
What did he say?
The guy came out and he was like, "Well, I guess they could follow whatever rules they want." 150, and it's like boxing. Really, boxing is in a position to fucking criticize.
Right.
Because Dana's going to give the guy the belt.
Espinosa tweeted, it's Steven Espinosa's the like.
Does he have anything to do with the comedy division?
No, I don't think
All right,
so.
fuck
I think you're fine. He tweeted, like, as all this was going on with, is the title on the line? Is it not on the line? You know, all the chaos that was going on. He tweeted, and they claim boxing is lawless. Never heard a boxing match declared a title fight for both fighters, even though one fighter failed to make weight. Congrats, UFC. You far outdone boxing in terms of shadiness. But why bother adhering to rules when you don't feel like it?
Yeah, when's the last time you had cement in somebody's UFC gloves? Fucking asshole.
Yeah, really. And then, and then Dana was like, told him to fuck off.
Yeah, Dana handled it properly on
Yeah.
Twitter. So they're saying well, Floyd is not. Nobody wants to see Floyd fight MMA. Stop. I don't care. They're saying, well, Mayweather would have to do it with Showtime, and then they're saying, well, Dana's going, fuck it, we'll do it with HBO.
Yeah, he was.
We should address Connor though. That whole debacle.
Yeah, sure.
And by the way, Matt said something to me back when I saw you in the back. When I was annoying Zabit Magomed Sharipov for a photo.
You guys look like you were talking like old friends.
No, I shook his hand. I didn't realize he had an injury. I'm such an asshole. And then you said, he exposed some things in Khabib. You weren't shitting on Khabib, but you said he showed a kind of a roadmap to get to Khabib, to beat Khabib. And Rogan tweeted the same thing a day after you said it to me privately, that he showed some weakness in Khabib. Like, this is a way.
I like the way you say that. I didn't tell you after Rogan.
No, you said it first.
All right, no, to you.
That's what I'm saying. You said it to me privately first. You said it right after the fight. You said he showed some. You said he exposed, but you weren't shitting on him.
No,
you said he would
that's
show you how
important
you
to
beat
say.
a guy like
Like
Khabib.
Right.
And you were right.
And Rogan issued kind of an apology. I mean, just kind of explained things.
I didn't hear him call him the fight because I was watching.
So
it.
On the pay per
You know how it
view,
is, Chuck. We watched it.
he was saying how he didn't like that Khabib kind of had his head straight up as he was going back, and that it didn't look to him at the time like championship level striking from a guy that is the champion now and looked to be in that.
He shouldn't have to. I don't think he did a big. I read some of that so-called. It wasn't really an apology.
Yeah, he just said if
It
he
shouldn't be
bothered anybody.
Yeah, but
by it,
you know what? I guess he has to. He doesn't have to do that.
Right.
No.
Why the fuck? Why? Because people are gonna get upset. Because I seen him. I watched the fight.
Right.
Obviously live, but then I watched it back on TV, and I heard his commentary. And dude, no, he was the first two rounds. But in that third round, he was like, it was when it was getting interesting. He was saying, this is getting interesting.
Right.
He goes, who would have thought that he was giving Al the props of even hanging in there? But look, man, I mean, as far as it was a dominant performance, but with this switch and you're regarded as one of the best ever, possibly. I mean, the guy's undefeated and he's just ragdolling everybody they're putting in front of him. You expect to see the same with a guy they just took the fight in 24-hour notice when he's supposed to be fighting another guy and this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guys need to be prepared for Khabib. Al was prepared to fight, but he's prepared to fight versus a fucking slugger.
A striker, yeah, he was prepared to do a 3-round stint. I mean, I'm sure that the prep is different for that than it is for a 5-round wrestling match.
I don't want to bring up Pettis. I don't want to attack Pettis, but I don't know why they didn't take that fight. But Pettis was getting ready for Michael Chiesa, who is a very strong grappler. He can strike. He can strike like Khabib can strike.
Yeah, but you expect a grappling.
But you expect him to. I mean, I picked Chiesa
What has Pettis
to
done?
strangle him.
What has Pettis done in his last couple of fights?
That was the thing. Like
Is he
going
coming off
into
2
it,
losses? No,
yeah,
he is, right?
No, he has a win.
1 win out of 3, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so, and that's why I was surprised because Felder's obviously been on a great run, and Al is at 5 in a row.
The rumor I heard was that it was a money issue. I didn't ask Dana that, so I don't know. He probably wouldn't have told me anyway. I heard just whispers that it was a money issue, And I think if you price yourself out of the market, it's almost like if I don't want to do a gig, if I go like, fuck, I'm not going to do well there. All right, give me 800,000 and I'll do it. They're like, oh, fuck yourself. Right. You know you have the thing of, hey, they didn't give it to me.
Pettis was since back at lightweight. He beat Jim Miller in his return to lightweight, and then he lost to Poirier. He had that rib injury in his last.
Oh, right.
But he was getting beaten in that fight.
What was the statement with Duke and Pettis and him? Did they say anything about it?
I didn't really see anything, honestly. They didn't say too much.
And him and Felder won't fight because they